Hold on, I gotta launch this thing. There we go. Cool, it's ready. You want it? Oh, you're a good girl. Doing good. Okay. What you doing? Yeah, I did. So who do I do next? Cartage and SSM? Oh, food's here. Sorry guys, my food just arrived. I'll be right back. Thank you. Hold on. Kids are hungry. So I just hit level 77 yesterday, or the day before, I forget when. I upgraded my Black Order right away because they're my main arena team still. And then kind of looking at who else I want to invest in, I think it just makes the most sense to just keep working up my raid team as a second priority. So I'll do Symbiote Spider-Man, get a little jump there. And I'll do Carnage next. He's part of that team as well. Then the other character I use is Black Bolt. I think I probably did him already, but I'll verify. It's a little jump. I think I need to highlight Carnage and Symbiote Spider-Man and work on them to ISO level 5 as my next ISO priority. I started doing some of my roster to ISO level 3. And I should probably, actually I'm going to highlight Hella. I flipped her over to offense, so I'm going to move her to 3 as a priority. I started changing, I want to get Ghost Rider to 3 because I just changed their team. And so I had a good result with using Loki. I moved Loki and Hela from my Asgardian defense on War to offense to pair with Supernatural, and I benched for the moment. Still testing, but one War. I benched Elsa, and that's not it. Doctor Strange. I actually thought I was going to bench Scarlet Witch because she's so low for me. I just moved her up to 12. She was actually like 40, low 40k. But I benched Doctor Strange and Elsa for Loki and Hela, who I have T14. They're much stronger. And this just kicked the snot out of a Wave 1 team. Just absolutely obliterated them. It wasn't close. And I wish I had punched up like 150k into a much bigger team. because I think in War, and I can show you guys the log. I posted it in Discord. I'll show you the fight. Where is it? Oh, wrong one. Cool. And I'm just going to show you mine. I won't try to show everybody else's. But for me, this is the fight that I used. Oh, you guys can't see it. Sorry. Apologies. There we go. And hopefully that shows up pretty well. Yeah, so I use this. Let me just see if I can. Nope, can't. I can pull it up on the camera too if you guys can't see it enough. But let me do that. Let me go back. I'll get this better for you guys. And wrong one. All right, and that's it. Kind of zoom in, but yep. Hopefully you guys can see that better. And that's the fight there. So I basically used and this was versus Kree, I think in War, and they're I think number 5, number 4, or number 6, somewhere in the 4 to 6 range in total roster size and power. So I was able to knock them down, but it was only a small punch up. It was 60K, and that wasn't that much, to be honest. I wish I would have done a much larger punch up. I was a little bit worried about Captain Marvel in the turn order. I didn't know exactly when, how it worked, especially with Hawkeye and Black Widow getting the speed increases. But it was just a proof of concept fight as to how well Loki and Hela pair with Supernatural and the focus and resistance and the gains for Mystic kind of stuff. It worked really well with Mordo specifically. But I moved Thor to Wave 1 for War Defense, and I'm really just trying to boost up, elevate my my War Offense. Sorry, I was doing I didn't realize I was doing a little song thing with one of those old videos. Blue, I think the Blue song, the little hand gesture he does in the vids. But anyways, yeah, so this worked really well. Next War, tomorrow night, hopefully I'll do it again, and I don't know if I'll fight the same team, but I'm going to try versus a much larger team and see if I can get a larger kind of group. Oh, wrong way. Let me transform this. Apparently it switched. There we go. All right, back to normal. And yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, if you guys haven't tried that out, that team composition, try it out in Blitz. Just give it a shot. It was surprisingly good with the resistance down that Loki gives. And there's a lot of gain there. I actually might even try it versus another Asgardian team. They're super fast, so I was a little bit worried that maybe defense up would make it hard for them to get out their stuff. But I got a good tip saying that Scarlet Witch will extend all the debuffs, which I already knew. But it's funny, this team, let me scroll up so you guys can see. Oh, can't. Can I select it? Select. There we go. This team was, I didn't use Hela when she first came out with this team, maybe once or twice, like sampling it. But when Loki came out, it was in the game. I think there was a period of time where Loki was in the game, but Hela wasn't. And a lot of us, this was like a year and a half ago, a lot of us were actually using Loki with Supernatural because they all kind of were there around the same time and didn't have fully built teams. And Supernatural didn't have all of their members yet. So a lot of us were putting in Loki with Supernatural to kind of pair with the benefits they got. I'll show you guys over here. And it works really nice. So go to Supernatural. Yep. And Mordo's passive. There's and I'll look at Loki's and Hela's here in a second. But on death of any character, heal self and the most injured supernatural ally for 10% of this character's max health. And you're just going to burst people down. So that, even if they happen to do, CM does damage early on, you're just going to be wiping the floor with people. On death of any mystic, heal self and most injured ally. Most injured supernatural ally for 15% ally. So one thing I wanted to look at is Asgardians. And so the tip I got was that the summon might be Mystic. Yeah, so if you do a battle with this kind of hybrid team, supernatural into as guardians. Mordo is going to give 1 to 2 ability energy to supernatural allies every time you kill Greg. So Greg's going to die a lot in that version, and so Mordo is just going to be feeding energy like just all over the place. So your Scarlet Witch is going to be able to use her special on almost every move, or ultimate, pretty close to every other move. And your Ghost Rider is going to be able to throw out a special almost on every move, based upon that Mordo. So you're going to be killing Greg if you fight this into as Guardians, which is what I want to try next war. And then I'll go back to Supernatural here and show you guys again how this will work. I'll see if I can find it in Blitz. Sometimes you get as Guardians in Blitz, not all the time, but they're not like too rare anymore. But on death of a Mystic, which includes Greg, Hell's Summon, he'll self the most injured Supernatural ally. So he's only this, because I'm only running 3 Supernaturals, so it's going to be Scarlet Witch, Mordo, himself, and Ghost Rider. So he's going to be putting healing a lot on Scarlet Witch and Ghost Rider. Energy to Hela or Loki, but he will be feeding a lot of energy to himself and also Scarlet Witch and or Ghost Rider. So there's going to be a lot of energy flying around. So this team, I'll kind of run it in Blitz for you guys, and maybe I'll see if I can get lucky. It's the first fight. So I'll do some easier ones. I'm going to run through this, and then maybe once you get higher, I'll crank them out and see if we can run into like an Asgardian or Mystic kind of laden team. See how that goes. Cool, speed up, and let's go up to Thor here. This is just a hodgepodge team as I work my way through DD3. Yeah, that Taskmaster offer for 50 shards for $5 is really good value. He is going to be farmable coming up. It was leaked in the data mine, so if you guys didn't see that already, Taskmaster is coming up, leaked in the data mine. And I think he's going to be coming up on the next round of Doom. So he's going to be a very much an endgame farm. You have to be in the Doom campaign to get to him. And I forget exactly what the restriction is in the Doom campaign. After this Blitz match, I'll go over there and check, because I actually don't recall what exactly the requirement is. If it's a certain level, or you just have to have certain tunes built up to certain tier. But let's take a look, and we'll find out. So for Doom, over here, Doom War. So the first one, I'm not sure it's going to show what the requirements are. So fight. So skip. What are the requirements? Only hero, mutant, or hero and human characters. So hero, mutant, and hero and human. And let's get the first ones done. And here are the enemies. So you have to be able to beat a group of high 50k Kree and Inhumans, it looks like. Miss Marvel, she's also Kree. Yo-Yo. So if you're strong enough to get through that, you can get through this. The first one, you're going to have to at least beat the final boss, which is the Negasonic node. And they're 75k Nobu. He's a trash character. He's really easy to handle. Looks like high 60s hand, and then you have some Hydra, Psylocke, so debuff teams aren't going to work as well. But this is really a hodgepodge of very slow characters, and as long as you neutralize Reskull, so he's not bringing out a lot of minions and then running you over, some mid-sized rosters should be able to beat this node. So this doesn't look like extremely difficult to 1-star to advance to the next. And then we'll just look at the boss. That's really the only one that matters to get to the next level, which is where they're going to introduce a 3rd chapter with Taskmaster as one of the character unlocks here in the Doom War. And so there you have 118k Dr. Doom. I'll be honest, I don't remember this being hard. I know a lot of people were talking about this. Hey, they had a hard time with these. I may have 2-starred one on the first pass. I think it was one of these middle ones, maybe. But I kind of autoed everything, and I 3-starred pretty easily. But I do have an endgame roster. But I don't remember Doom being like impossibly hard to beat here. He didn't come across in how they used him in this chapter or this fight as being extremely difficult. And I can run it, so you guys, if you want to see it, I can refresh the note and show you the fight. I 3-star this on the first attempt, but I don't even remember what team I used. The proximate node I didn't have a hard time on, and it's actually even lower than the last ones, where I think this one was 75k characters, or 60s and 70s. I guess just Doom or Red Skull 70k, and Nova 75, but the rest of them are in the 60s. And then this one, for whatever reason, is even easier. I think they're compensating because they're figuring Doom is harder at 118k, so they reduce the power of the other ones. But really, this is not. These are not endgame character powers. This is like way easier than a U7.5 node. So this was, I found, pretty easily. You just control Doom, and the rest is pretty easy. So yeah, just not sure if you guys have tried that or not yet. But for folks that have decent rosters, similar powers, you have a pretty good shot of getting through this and then to the next one. I would definitely advise a lot of people, if you want to build one strong war defense that's around just one character, you can just throw a Taskmaster in a lot of teams, and he's just going to blow up some people. So if you haven't built the rest of the mercs, he makes the rest of the mercs make him better because he gets stats from them, and they have synergy. But you could throw Taskmaster on almost any defense, and he's going to be a problem. So just as an FYI, if you're looking to help your alliances out coming up, you haven't unlocked Taskmaster yet, or else you want to get a bigger Taskmaster, I definitely need to work on that because my Merc team is very small. And I may have to look at, is it finally time to build them up? So this is my Merc team. I don't use Manus, so that's not my Merc team. This is my Merc Blitz team. I use Bullseye. No, I use Shuri. And Shuri's about, gosh, sorry. Shuri's about 69, 65, somewhere in that range for me. Sorry, I adjusted my screen. Didn't mean to. Okay, let me go back. And there's a lot of different variations you can use, but that's the basics. So my Taskmaster is, where was he? 70k, 65k? He was not big. Yeah, my Shuri's 68 in change, and Taskmaster is just under 70. So I need to work him up a long, long ways, and then I'll take her out, throw Shuri in. But my Bullseye is only 40k, so I'm not really stoked about him. But I need to keep working on that because that's not very good. I need to be able to get to a level to where that's probably at least minimum of 350, 400k, the very minimum. Because even if he's like, I don't know, get him up, I'm probably going to T14 him for DD4 now that he's farmable, to be honest. I think it just makes too much sense. There's not very many skilled characters that are good. He does have a relatively high cost for Dark Dimension, but the value you're going to get out of him is going to be very high. So it's not going to be the fastest character to enter with, but the value you're going to get from him is going to be extremely high compared to other characters outside of Dark Dimension that you could bring up to tier 15. I only have him at tier 12 right now, so he's going to be a higher cost character for me too. But I don't think I'm going to be using very many skilled characters, so I need to find some of those traits, more characters that I can use and get some value out of, and he's one of them. And I also think that opening blind is going to be helpful in the first 3 nodes and globals, and especially since they toned it down, so I think you can control off of that, and it'll be valuable. So I think Taskmaster makes a lot of sense to bring in, but you also don't have to. You can just upgrade him after your first pass or second pass, and then bring him up from there. But again, the other skilled characters, there's not a great list of skilled characters, and I can go over there and check that out with you guys, but there's not a ton. You're basically, I don't think Fury has any value as a legendary to bring up, other than just you need a skilled character again. Fury's not someone that screams legendary kid anymore. He's not used in any modes of game content. And maybe they get some kind of rework at some point, but I think they had a long run in their heyday, and it's unlikely that they're going to be brought back to be a prime force in the game. They're probably going to be left kind of where they're at for at least another year, and then maybe they get looked at with another character that could be added on top of them. Yeah, and I think their strength right now is the hybrid teams that are going around. but they're still not like top meta. They're just a very strong team. Um, but yeah, they're not used in raids anymore, and they're not used in. Um, the only character that's used in PvP is Coulson to a certain extent, and even at the high ranks of PvP, he's not. He's more of just a fun character that's like just a notch down below top PvP, but he is a lot of fun. And I like using him in balance, like when I'm not trying to absolutely obliterate people. I'll throw him in there just for change of pace, and he's a lot of fun to use in PvP. But they're pretty much a Blitz and war defense team. And yeah, so Fury's not the best value for skill, though you can use him. I'll have to check. I want to say Shuri is tech, not skill. Your other skill characters are basically all of the shield minions are all skill, which you're not going to bring any of them up. I took shield security up last time. I want to say he's skill, and he did actually really a good job of protecting Phoenix. But there wasn't a ton of value with that upgrade outside of Dark Dimension. So while I didn't regret the pick for Dark Dimension and it helped me clear it pretty fast, Colossus is better. But I was trying to spread it out. But Colossus would have been a better upgrade for Dark Dimension specifically, though they kind of are doing the same function. So I didn't regret shield security at all. But anyways, but I won't bring him up to tier 15. He's going to stop at 14. The overall team has fallen out of the meta, so there's no point continuing to build them up. And then your other skilled characters are Zemo, Taskmaster, and I'll have to look at Proxima and Corvus, Glaive of Black Order. I think Proxima and Corvus are both skilled characters as well, and I'll have to, which doesn't lend itself really to Dark Dimension when they're trying to make us drag out those fights forever and beyond. So I think a lot of people are going to be looking at Zemo or Taskmaster. I want to say Zemo's 72. I'm sorry, Zemo's 90, and Taskmaster is 72. But let me verify real fast. I have this down. Zemo is, I'm showing 54, but I want to make sure I got that right because I don't know if that's correct. I don't think that's correct for whatever reason. Oh, Taskmaster is showing as 90 and Zemo is 54. Let me verify that. I have another guide. I just want to verify. All right, skill. Taskmaster is 90 and Zemo is 54. Dang it. So skill's rough. You really don't have a lot of good skill options. And hopefully we get some by the time we're all ready to go in. And I can see why a lot of people are using Black Widow at 36. She's in a semi-relevant war defense right now. And her cost is pretty low. I would advise against Punisher. I did bring up Punisher on my second lap through Dark Dimension 3 just to try to get a little boost and clear faster. And I read it almost immediately after I put the gear on him. I almost immediately realized it was a waste of effort. Not just because defenders suck; they do suck. But he was not helping. He was basically just a pillow or some kind of like extra bag, just taking one or two shots, and he was immediately dead. And so he couldn't survive anything. He had no regen. So while like he might have sped up my total run by maybe a day or two, it's definitely faster with an extra person. But there's no value outside of Dark Dimension for Punisher. You're just not going to get any value out of that pick. So I would strongly advise people not to do Punisher. Just wait the extra couple days, get through it. He's not going to survive anything. Anyways, you can't keep him alive. And like every third day, you'd get to use his ultimate for the spray. And usually most nodes he's going to have offense down, blinded, ability to block, or they're going to have the defense up. So on average, you're not going to get a lot out of that. And then, so yeah, the value of Punisher is little to none, very slim. But yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I can see why people are doing the 36 Black Widow, 54 Hawkeye, and then so that's 90 total to bring them in as a combo. And then if you're using Thor, you can really get a jacked Wave 1 plus kind of Thor team going for war defense. Build them up to 600 plus K, and they could at least draw something big. But I'll be honest, the Wave 1 is not a hard team to beat. you can punch up very heavily into them with many different teams. The second pass of Doc Ock's legendary events coming around, and Doc Ock really cripples Wave 1. Inhumans, and everyone's been building up Inhumans with Hydra or Red Skull being farmable, so Inhumans are going to start ticking up too to keep pace with Hydra's farming. And Inhumans really kind of just reign on what Wave 1's trying to do. They're trying to do sustain and then small damage with some spikes coming from Thor. And Yo-Yo just really, they have minimal damage outside of Thor spikes or Captain Marvel, depending on who you're adding, or Coulson if you're adding Coulson. And having Yo-Yo in there really just dampens the output, and then you can just pick them apart one by one. So Inhumans hard counter Wave 1, and as do a few other teams. Supernatural can beat them punching across. Supernatural hybrid teams, like I was showing earlier, it's absolutely manhandle them, and many other teams. You don't have to use a really high value war attack team to beat Wave 1, but if people don't know how to handle them or run out of sufficiently strong teams to beat them, start getting 600, 700K versions of it, it can be a problem because that can start sponging wins for defense. But I think that's more of a very, very end game high ranking war team strategy. And I'm in the 70s alliance power wise, and there's just not that much. There's just not that much use to build up Wave 1 for us when we're not going to actually. Hey, Pups, how you doing, House? Hope you're having a good night, buddy. Just kind of talking about some more stuff while I blitz a little bit. Fury. Puppies, have you guys, for your alliance, have you guys chopped up your, as like a mandate, have you guys chopped up your shield in humans, or are you guys kind of just letting people kind of figure it out based upon their roster and not providing too much guidance to them? Oh yeah, a lot of new streamers are coming up right around the same time as I'm joining the last couple of weeks. I've seen quite a few new faces. I'm one of them. But yeah, it looks like there's quite a few of us. Oh, you chopped them up, yeah. I don't mean to stream at the same time as everybody during the week, but I got a full-time job, so for me, this is the time I can stream, if at all. And I think most of the main guys do it because they're streaming to people like myself that are obviously off work. Then war and all that stuff is coming during the evening, so it seems like all of the kind of part-time hobby streamers stream when they're off work, and then all the main streamers are streaming to us, all the working stiffs like myself. So everyone streams at the same time, and then you got a few folks I think stream during the day. I'm not sure they're EU or what, but yeah, a lot of folks on at the same times in this game for some reason. But I imagine OMG and Valley and all those guys, the viewer count, they're probably looking at their time and their viewer counts, and they probably get the best kind of stream audience when everyone's off work. So it makes sense for them to do that. You guys chop them up for an offense team. So you guys are using Inhumans and Shield on offense, not on defense. I was thinking about that actually of using them that way, but I started looking at my hybrid teams. I was really close to trying them on offense. Different comp. Okay, I won't press you further. I don't want the little secrets that you guys have run right now. That's the best Captain America's shield has looked for me in like a year. It's normally that like low res, grayed out, like crayon drawing. That's awesome. I finally got the stream up enough to where it actually I don't have to use that low graphics nonsense. Okay, I don't want to use that. I can. But yeah, I did a few different hybrid hits. I'm not sure if you saw in Discord if Night King posted, but we pulled Kree, I think number 5 or number 6 alliance last war. So I got to try some big punch ups with some kind of test attacks, and they were kind of fun. I split Loki and Hela off of defense and ran them with Supernatural, and dropped Doctor Strange and Elsa. I wish I punched up more. I only punched up 60K. But it was a lot of fun. They absolutely demolished the Wave 1 team. I feel like I could have beaten a wave one that's like 200k stronger. Um, and I'm curious who else the team can beat on offense. But I was just trying to increase how much my main 9 teams can punch up. That way we can really I can help my alliance more and start knocking some walls down so we don't get stuck. But I think due our war rating, we're just going to get more and more large punch up wars thrown our way. So I want to leverage my roster towards even more towards offense and yeah, doing that kind of stuff. And then I put Vision on Power Armor. It's still a small team, so I can't really speak to it that much. And that one I'm really suspect of, but I want to test more. I've got a big Vision, 6 red tier 14 Vision. It's like 110k or something like that. And my Iron Man was only like 60. So I dropped Iron Man for Vision on Power Armor. So you have 2 ability block options coming out of Ironheart and Vision. Vision's passive pretty much does nothing on Power Armor though, because Ironheart does all the work and more. But another AoE strip, so if the opposition has a lot of buffs up, you can strip with the Vision, which is nice. But you lose the crit, so I think you lose 20% crit chance from leaving Iron Man aside. So that's my main worry with running that team. And then I had to take apart this team, and I moved Minerva to Inhumans on offense, and I ran her with Zemo. Zemo plus Minerva, and then the main 3 Inhumans. And do you remember what I beat with that? I punched up 180k and beat a pin team. So I think I have the photo of it I can show you guys if you're curious. But I think I beat like a 650k or 640k pin tech team with a 460k kind of Inhumans plus Zemo and plus Minerva. And absolutely just obliterated him. That wasn't a close fight either, which was kind of interesting. I thought that would be a really tough fight, and it was for like a moment, and then I just walked all the way over him. So yeah, there's a lot of fun options now in the meta. I feel like there's things are opening up, and we actually can use some creative kind of team comps and theory crafting now. I feel like there's been a bottle on that for the first year of war. And we're finally getting to the point now to where we're probably going to see we're not all going to be using cookie cutter teams. So I think that's going to make war more fun. Hopefully at some point the matchmaking gets fixed, but because there's so many wars every week that are just either one side or the other just stops fighting like within the first 5 minutes. So a lot of the wars are just surrenders now. Like right away we just have like I'm going to create like a white flag emoji for my stream so I can just do it. Like I'm getting all excited, log into Stream Wars, and then just white flag. Because yeah, that's what wars have become now. 314, 311. So I guess I can beat all these teams. So I'll do this one. So yeah, hopefully we start seeing a higher frequency of competitive wars, just for the fun of the game. Like I think we're all feeling it. There's a balance between like enjoying to have a night off and not do wars. I think a lot of people probably appreciate that as well, but there's so many wars now where I feel like in all the alliances I've been, like there's just I had 3 straight wars before I left NX Infamous and joined AOC again, where I was there for the last 2 weeks of all wars. We had 1 real war, and then I think 3, I forget how many. I think we had 3 straight wars where the opponents laid down and said, no contest, you guys win. So those were completely boring. And then the last war I had, because we had 3 straight gimme wars, we faced one of the top 5 alliances, and then we surrendered. So the 4 straight wars of surrenders out of the way. So 3 were wins where you didn't buy anything, and the 4th one was a no buy because we waved the white flag. So I don't know. I don't think that's the best thing for war long term. And I think you guys are in the same boat as NX Infamous was, right around the same range TCP wise. You guys were probably having the same struggle. Okay, I'll take a look. Let me pull it up. I won't show it on stream unless you want me to. Thanks for sharing that, Hounds. I appreciate it. And if you want me to show it, I don't think many other people are watching, but I'll keep it in our channel until you guys care to share it. .com. Yeah, So I've seen him been used in other teams. Um, I won't share the other character, but yeah, I've seen Doc Ock be used for some other stuff. So I'm curious about him. And so you guys don't like symbiotes, or you guys are just looking to keep symbiotes on as guardians, and this is just another option to be big versions of that shielded Inhumans hybrid team that people are using on defense. But I think we've seen some really strong results that symbiotes just walk all over that hybrid defense team. Yeah, I think the 15 mil OMG's group is it's tougher than it looks because they run so heavy on defense. So even though 15 mil, those are very winnable wars. We can win 15 mil wars too. But Sigma Green runs a really strong defense for their TCP. They're still one of the biggest alliances, but even a 15 mil punch up would not make you expect that they have the defense they do. It's more like a 30 mil punch up, considering how tough their defense is. And if they get to your armory right away in the war, it's tough sledding. That they're very thick. Wars I have Tequila before they disbanded. I can't remember, or NX Infamous, and we had a really hard time. I think it might have been our first or second war with NX Infamous, and they got to our armory within like 45 minutes, and it was GG. But I think if they get to your barrack side first, and your armory's on the other side, it gives you a little bit more time to work through those big rooms. But yeah, they're definitely a well-run alliance. But yeah, I like this team. I'm curious. So my group's pretty much running Sinister Six mainly, from what I've seen, versus Young Avengers and Wave One. And we're seeing images where they're showing the team punching up like 150 to 200k into Wave One. I don't think I'd try to match up that big. My Sin 6 is like 450 to 480, somewhere in there. I don't recall exactly where. But I was trying them previously versus Emma Marauders and then mirror matches, and I didn't like it. There's strong timeout potential. So I kind of like what you guys are running. And maybe I will. But since I'm chopping up so many other teams, I'll keep that in mind, though. I'll keep note of it. I might try that in Blitz or something like that. Not online, but offline. But yeah, thanks for sharing. I appreciate it. All right, let me get back. Sorry, screen's been frozen for a second while I'm blathering on. And I'm really teetering on holding out on T14 for Yo-Yo and Crystal. I feel like it's time to T14 them for me. I've got all the maths just to do it, but stupid DD4 is like hanging there. But I'm kind of 5 in a DD6, so do I just keep them indefinitely at tier 12? At some point, I have to bring them up. I guess it could be after one of the rewards, after I beat Dark Dimension 4, the first or second time. I imagine the first time will be filling out the rest of the Black Order, whoever I don't use for my first pass. And then for the second pass, who knows? That's a year away. So it's hard to. There's going to be so many new characters brought to the game by then. It's really hard to project. Hey, when I'll have the opportunity to bring up Yo-Yo and Crystal. So I'm thinking there's a group of characters that I just want to bring up to tier 14, and maybe I just delay entry. It's already going to be so long until I can get Doom anyways. I don't know. I'm really teetering on the roster progression aspect of I don't know. Every character that I bring up from tier 12 to tier 14, I'm probably setting my progress back maybe a month. I don't know if I haven't done the math on that, but I imagine there's like a month of progress that I'd be setting myself back for, and I'm kind of weighing that out. Like, where's the value of one tier 12 character to tier 14 versus stockpiling all of your materials for your first run and not using anything on any tier 12 characters unless they're in your first run team of DD4. And I'm really on the fence of, do I just want to slowly keep my roster pretty much at 9.4? Because I'm on 9.4 roster right now, somewhere on there. And even though new characters will arrive and I'll go up just because I'm taking them up to tier 12, they're not going to hold my roster anyway. I won't, like at tier 12, you're not, unless you just have a super broken kit, we're not going to be using them for any mode of content. Like say Iceman. I take Iceman at tier 12 and say, I don't know, level 71. Could it be used in raids in U7.5? Possibly. But it's going to be really hard to trump a full T14, level 76, 77, whatever it's going to be, my current main raid team, with tier 12 tunes at any level. So, like, I don't know. I'm wondering, your roster progression right now, at least for me, is really locked behind what your strategy is with Dark Dimension. And are you going to be holding your roster up and bringing anyone else to tier 14 or tier 15? Mainly tier 14. Tier 13 too. I forget how many SBCs they use, but they use a lot of SBCs, and that's my main worry is taking tunes to tier 13 and then the SBC drain, and then I'm really set myself back. So yeah, Agri puppies. I think they are with Yo-Yo and Crystal. But what I was actually thinking was pairing, and the reason why I was talking about that not just because I was blitzing, but Iceman's kit. It looks like it's going to be synergizing with this X-Men team. But again, like talking about hybrid teams, if when everyone's slowed, he puts out 30% kind of dampening on the enemy damage in raids. And then if you pair that with Yo-Yo, who does offense down, now you have permanent offense down, cutting it in half, and then another 30% from probably their total pre-offense down stats from Iceman if they're slowed. And then you could use like maybe Emma Frost for her slow, and then Iceman's ult slows everybody, and then just rotate those slows. And you really are just cutting down U7.5 damage, and then throw in Crystal and Black Bolt. You have a really strong way to burn through and make sure that your characters aren't being nuked. I don't know, you could even run like Minerva if you want to, just for some passive heals or somebody else that can heal. And then, like right now, like I'm clear U7.5 pretty easily, but I'm back in the middle lane. I was on the outside. The other comp is still running through quite a few heal packs, so I'm getting a little low right now. I'm somewhere like 150, yeah. So I'm just thinking about another team I can run. And for me, it's probably just building up Anti-Venom, because I only had him around 35, 40k, and he needs to get much stronger. So maybe if I run a full symbiote team secondarily, maybe I wouldn't have to use so many heal packs, because right now I'm healing up Black Bolt, Ebony, and Thanos quite a bit for U7.5, and I probably just need to work on my symbiotes. Venom is still tier 12, so not fantastic for U7.5, and Anti-Venom is just nowhere near it. So I don't know. I probably need to watch some other content creators or talk to you guys about kind of what's working in the middle lanes. The lanes definitely operate differently, and kind of what teams you're using. Running the outside, I could pretty much use my team just on autopilot. I couldn't auto it, but like super easy. I just flew through fights out there. And I maybe used 60 heal packs per run, but it was absolute breeze. There was only one no that gave me any kind of trouble. I would throw X-Men at it first, and everything else was a one shot, no problem. But the middle's quite different. Like there's just some of these nodes that they're meant to give you a hard time, and it's hard to get through them unscathed. But maybe symbiotes are the way. This is the way. In every lane. Yeah, I'll build up Anti-Venom as my priority. I didn't buy him. I was kind of slowing down on how many characters I was buying, because I didn't have the right now with the character use, because we have tier 14 is such a jump, and tier 15 is going to be even bigger. If you're not going to immediately farm characters and buy them up to say at least 5 yellows, and then tier 14, they're really not going to be part of your but he's definitely worth it. It's just yeah, I wasn't going to be investing so heavily into Anti-Venom and Scream to where I didn't want to go halfway, because he's a character where you really need to get to a certain power threshold to get the value. Otherwise, he's not strong enough, and there's really no purpose in spending kind of money in my mind until you can kind of get him higher. He doesn't have to be 7 yellow, 7 red or anything like that, but I think he has to be at least 5 yellow. Maybe you can get away with 4 and 4 on him, but probably can't in war. But U7.5, I don't know. Maybe you can. Since I don't have it, it's hard for me to say. But I think I have him at 3-3. I can't remember if he's higher. I'll have to check. But he's probably one of my priorities, and I think he'll help me kind of manage resources a little better for U7.5. So I'm looking forward to that. Are you guys psyched on the new characters coming to the game, or what are you guys' thoughts on all the new Uncanny X-Men? And if you don't mind, sorry, I'm gonna start being messy here and chow down. I got food. With Anti-Venom. I saw more. Actually, I think I got him wrong. So to be fair to the character, I think they announced him so much as a raid character to a large regard. At least that's what people were hyping him as. You know, he's going to really dominate U7.5. That's why you buy him. That's why you're going to build him up. But I think he does a lot more than that. He's surprisingly strong in PvP. I'm not sure if he's like top meta, but he's pretty good in PvP. But for War, he is a lot better in War than I thought. And his kit overall is very utility based. Like his revive is obviously based upon symbiotes, but the rest of his kit, you could pretty much throw him to a lot of different teams and dominate in War. Not so much on War defense right now. Maybe in a higher team you can get some value out of his kit for War defense, but I didn't know how much stronger he was going to make them for as a War offense team. I thought he was just going to be a piece and get synergy from Symbiote Spider-Man. I completely got that wrong. He makes it much more stable as a War offense team. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to take some of this stuff with a grain of salt. Where there are the X-Men, the new uncanny characters are definitely getting raid viable kind of traits. But I want to kind of keep an open mind more than I did with Anti-Venom towards what their kit can be leveraged to for War or other modes. It's hard to say until we see speeds, because speed matters so much. And I checked yesterday, I didn't see Iceman on msf.gg, so I don't know if there's any data mines there about the base kits for any of those characters. But I'm very curious to see the speed of the interactions, specifically for Iceman, because I mean we only know 2 kits so far for the models, but Iceman's slow. I'm always curious how this works. I imagine he's going to slow on turn 1, and either say if he's super fast, everyone else's turn meter is all pretty much towards like 80 or 90% plus by the time he goes, or towards most characters go, unless they're like Thanos Proxima fast. So like the benefit of speed, or I'm sorry, slow, when characters have like full turn meter, you don't get much value there. Like Emma goes a lot of times where like she could use her special turn 1. But you're not getting a lot of value out of her slow because I don't think it carries over to the next after they take their turn. So you're just slowing them for like 10 or 20% of their turn meter, turn bar. But if it actually lasts till the next turn, so it's slowing them for that short duration, but plus their full next turn, then I think there's value in Iceman slow. And they're also going to have to make him like like 100 speed to where everyone else is taking their turn, and then they have low turn meter, and then he slows everybody right after they've all taken their turn. But it's kind of a trade-off because the meta's shifting towards faster characters. So if you have a slow kit meant to CC everybody after they take turn 1, it's definitely a trade-off of, yeah, you get to land your CC, but it's not as impactful. All right, so I guess I just did my first lap. I didn't realize it. It's pretty fast. Yeah, well, it looks like he can, because his basic is, and if somebody's feeding him energy, he could probably do it like every turn, because his basic slows, and then he can stun anybody that's slowed. So I think that's a pretty good utility, and it depends on his focus. You know, like so many characters now have pretty high resist or defense up, which makes landing those things pretty hard. But it's going to be a pretty similar ability to, I don't know. I can't remember if it was 100% stun rate. Like Mordo, was it 100% stun? I can't remember if that was shown in his kit, Mordo's. But you need somebody else to throw out slow before he takes his turns, or else it'd be a second turn stun. So either ultimate slow or ready turn one. You're running like a hybrid team, and yeah, I think it's probably gonna be pretty dependent, but it'll be interesting to see what comes out. And I think they've so far from the artwork I've seen, they have pretty cool art, and I like what they've done with the two characters. I'm not very familiar with Kitty Pryde. I just know her from the movies, and she wasn't, an adult like babe that looks like the one in my photo here. She was just a little kid. And she didn't have a dragon at that point. So I saw other games where like I know she has a dragon. I forgot what game it was. Marvel Future Fight, I think it was, where she has a dragon. Not Lodok. What is it? It's the military. Lockheed, is that his name? Remember, he has like a Lockheed Martin. I think he has the military name, the first name of it, Lockheed. But I don't know much about the dragon other than it spits fire, so I don't really know the other abilities. But I'm kind of curious about what he does. And I guess he's part of the AoE damage. So, but like lore wise, I'm not very familiar with him. Is what I meant. All right. Got some more. Sweet. From the ISOs, I'll go check out if I can rank anybody up. I just finished Vision to 3 stars, and then I think I want to do Loki and Hela. Because I have them at 2, so I'll probably work on Hela as a priority and build her up. Oh, I can't do the middle one. Bummer. So I might have to focus that one. How many do we need? 7, so I need 2 more. Certainly lucky. And these guys. I'm not really managing ISOs. I just kind of just do one character at a time and then move on to the next and just keep doing it that way. And I'm kind of really focused on arena, raid, and then war characters. It's probably the order I go down. But I don't think I'm going to put everybody to 5 as a priority. I'll probably, I can do Red Skull finally and be done with him. Sweet. Red Skull's done. I'm just going to do that before I think twice because I haven't done him forever. I just want him off my top list. I was highlighting him just to get him to tier 12. And now I don't have to look at him anymore. And then I think I've been guilt-tripped into finally doing it with Rhino, or moving Rhino up. I'm using Green Goblin because I have a pretty sizable Green Goblin, much bigger than Rhino. But I'm seeing pretty good results with Rhino that can counter Taskmaster Mercs. So I'm thinking about building him up and running Rhino over GG, even though there's a power discrepancy. He'll have to combo with someone. I think he'd be OP if he could combo off himself. Yeah, I read that a little bit before, but yeah, I'm curious what Jubilee's going to do. I'm not a Jubilee fan, but hopefully they do her justice and make her a fun character. Well, I'm not really a fan. Hopefully they make her interesting, I guess is all I'll say. And they said legendary, so I'm not sure if we know who the next 2 are that are going to fill out that team. If it's going to be Rogue and Gambit, or who else it's going to be. I'm not really familiar with the Astonishing X-Men other than some of the photos I've seen in the comics, which were pretty much the main X-Men characters. So I don't know who else they're going to put with them. So I'm kind of curious to find that out. And a little bummed that my boy Iceman is such to be a raid-oriented character. Like you, I don't normally go after raid characters as a priority. So a little bummed on that, but where am I at right now? Chilling. I think I got attacked twice by preps, so I'm kind of just hanging out. I think they're taking a different tack with me, and they're just leaving me at 1. And I'll see they leave me. They'll probably tag me here in a little bit. But they've been leaving me at 1. That way they don't have to contend with my attacks for payout. So they knock me down to 5 or 10 or whatever it is, and they're leaving me at 1 for the last couple hours, the last few nights. So it'll be interesting to see if they keep doing that. I'm not sure if that's a strategy in everyone's arena shard. Leave the active attacker who gets first, and then just so you don't have to worry about them. I think I did Skull already. Let me see if I did my objectives. Yeah, I did. All right. On the first one. Gosh, I need so many catalysts. I'll probably this weekend look over the chart again from Verandius that I have, and put in my numbers again and see what kind of progress I've made. Because I know it's a long ways off, but I kind of want to see how I'm tracking. Yeah, but my war defense now, I've moved so much to offense. My war defense is looking pretty scrappy, and not in a good way. It's like a bad way scrappy. There's not much to it. It is there's not much holding it up. So I don't know. We're just getting so many big punch-up wars. Not much. Even if I have my 500K teams on defense, they're 500K as Guardians or 550K as Guardians with Barracks and Medbay. That's not really impressive anymore, especially versus an alliance that's punching down on you. So I don't know. I like you guys are a good example. If we AOC fought AOZ, I don't think you guys would have any trouble whatsoever with the 550K as Guardians. You guys would mop the floor with it. So trying to get more value. So it's kind of weird. Like in this, you're seeing here the Captain American shield look like that old grayed out. It's weird. Like in the fights, even at high res, his shield during fights looks like trash. I wish they would they need to recolor his shield. Like I don't have the low graphics enabled, but for whatever reason in fights they just make his shield look like a bad Halloween costume. And I think I might be able to see it. I can't remember if they show clones in the war victory screen. If my Captain America survives, I think we saw an image before where his shield looked really good, is like high res and all that stuff. But I'm curious if he gets the high res version here in the war screen. I wish he showed that version all the time. It's kind of like pet peeve because I like Cap a lot, but during these fights it looks terrible. They might need to lose like some art like touch ups, kind of like League of Legends that from their art the first couple of years they touched a lot of it up and kind of modernized them because the advancements in the art kind of improved so much over the years they've been around. But Cap's one of those characters where I think his whole kit is fine. No, see, it's the low res version. I wonder why that is. Like sometimes you get the good version, sometimes the bad one. I don't know. I'm definitely curious about that actually. But yeah, like it's a small adjustment, but it'd be kind of nice. Because the rest of the art's so strong in the game. That one kind of sticks out like a sore thumb when you get the that low res version. Puppies, are you excited for any characters to come out next year, or are you kind of just taking what they give you and working with it? Damn, handsome chicken? Handsome chicken? You guys are so good. Actually, this is stick. Good catch. You know, whatever reason I like the space opera type characters a lot. So when they bring out, I don't know much about the Eternals, but I'll probably be into them just because those are the type of characters and kits I like. And then I like Silver Surfer a lot, so next one I'll probably be really into is Silver Surfer, whenever that is, 2024. Yeah, can't wait for that. I'm curious about Doctor Doom. I hope he's strong. I wish we could actually test or see him more. I guess the first time we'll see him is probably in war when some of the big boys get him and we start playing against him in war. I imagine when people use him on defense to get like an automatic one win. But I'm curious if he's going to have the same kind of impact as Ultron did when he came into the game, of that feeling of being unbeatable and just being a major problem for your opponent. So I'll show you my my U7.5 team. And it's okay, but I'm definitely running low on heals. I don't think you see it here. This is the boss one, so I don't have an answer for the second boss. That's another thing. I think Symbiotes will probably do better. This is my main U7.5 team. and it one-shots everything on the side lanes, but not in the middle. So I'm running. I have to run chip teams, but again, I think a full symbiote team is probably better on this node than what I'm running. Right, here we go. Oh, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. This node just wrecks me. That shield operative. I think I'm just gonna do the damage. I don't think she's gonna survive to her ultimate or get very close if I get lucky. Come on, Colossus. Oh, attaboy. Colossus, you immediately lost your time. Ooh. Glad that wasn't on Phoenix. Phoenix! Oh! She's not going to make it. Oh gosh. So who's going to go before her? Cable's definitely going before her. This is such a trade-off. This sucks. So if I ult up... So I think Cyclops will kill Cable. But I don't think he's going to kill Fury. Fury will go first. And then it's like 50-50 if Fury kills Phoenix or attacks Cyclops. I don't know if it matters either, because even if I heal, he has no health because he's pretty low. All right, I'm just gonna throw the ult and then try to get as much damage on these guys as I can. Oh, almost got Phoenix or Fury. So sweet, he attacked. He went after Cyclops there, so I got lucky. All right, so I got the damage I want to get out, and then this fight's pretty much over. I'm donezo, but then I can bring my main team in and clean up, and hopefully I can get her attack out. No. All right, so she's gonna open with the AOE, but yeah, so I have to two-shot that node because I don't. I'm sure the symbiote's a full symbiote squad runs better into that than my main team, but I take the kind of a layup approach, just hit it into the fairway, then knock it out in the next one. Sophie, you're such a good girl. Try to get offense down on Shield Assault. Ooh, killed her. Sweet. And then start stacking debuffs to pass around. I'll leave him. He should die as soon as he takes a turn. Dennis is already low. All right, let's get defense down on Loki and try to kill him off. I might need to go after Deadpool, actually. Not really going to do much. I'm going to try to take Deadpool out of the fight. This should do a good deal of damage. Oh, the triple attack from Black Bolt is so nice. So from here, I'll spread off of Cable. And then I'm just going to work on shield security so I don't get stuck on him here in a second. Heal up with Ebony Maw. I might need to take a shot with Black Bolt here in a second at Deadpool. But yeah, he's going to taunt. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Throw the ult, and that should be the fight, pretty much. Hope so. Maybe. Maybe not. I thought he would... it's kind of weird how he interrupts himself sometimes to do those. Can I get them both? Nope. Oh, yep. Sweet. So that's kind of my approach on that note, is throw X-Men to knock it down and then do that for cleanup. Not very efficient, but it gets me through it without having to use a lot of resources. That's my current approach. Um, you use you used to use Invisible One on that note a long time ago. Their defense up to help with that early burst. Yeah, does she go fast? Because I remember like the Fury just makes that team so fast out the gate, and then Shield Assault just wrecks my face, and then I can't remember the turn order if it's Shield Security next. Security just normally one shot somebody, but I tried that match. I actually forgot that it was a boss node, and I was at work just on a break. I threw it, went into that fight, and then they one shot Black Bolt just before I even looked at my screen. It was a 4-man fight, and Black Bolt's already gone. And my Black Bolt is freaking huge, but he just got his teeth kicked in. But yeah, it was a tough one. My Black Bolt is 6 red, 133k, and just got one shot by. It's probably Shield Security knocked him out. But yeah, I didn't see, so I couldn't say. So Hela still needs more, so I'm waiting on her. What can I do for Loki? Might as well save him because she's gonna need her upgrade costs. So I'll probably do Ghost Rider for ISOs, and then I need to work on Anti Venom still. For ISOs and give him all the help he can get. He's my next gear up, so I'll get him to gear 12. I don't know if I'm going to take him higher than that right now, but I need to get him to at least gear 12, which is bare minimum for war. I've been a chicken. I was supposed to try him out in this last war. We've punched up so much that I didn't want to bring him into a fight at 35k. That's just hilariously bad. All right, gotta change the song. It feels like I'm listening to Madonna. I don't know how this is a. It's probably like a Madonna remix, but not a fan. Yeah, Invisible Woman, I wonder if she's going to come back to the meta at some point. They need to reduce her energy costs. They're just too high. They're just very high right now. So that's 7. I'm going to get up to 8.3, and then I'll throw some other teams. I don't want to lose with these teams. I think Hydra can win at 7. Yeah, they can easily win. Yeah, she's slow, and she's definitely okay with the F4 defense with She-Hulk. Once they start getting 500 and 550k plus, they start presenting problems. But I've noticed at least, depending on how many matchups, I usually get in trouble with that team if I try to beat it 2 or 3 times in a single war. I start running out of the correct counters for it, and then if I get silly or else. They're one of those teams in wars where if you notice like your alliance teammates sometimes will just not want to attack them. Kind of like the early days when CM was like 130k and people didn't want to deal with it because she was so frustrating, like a year ago. That's not quite what F4 is, but I've noticed the big F4, they linger longer on the waiting to be fought screen more than some other defenses. So sometimes I'll go after like 2 or 3 of them. And if I ever lose to them, usually it's on my second or third attempt. That's where I use the primary or secondary counter. And I'm using something else a little more questionable, or I'm testing something. I think I've only lost to it a couple times, but usually it's for that reason. So I need to be smart with my approach to them and not be too silly. Curious if AIM can. That's a big any venom. Maybe I'm gonna try it for testing, not because it's the best matchup. I normally would go around this. Yeah, for me, like when I'm fighting them, it really. I lost to them 2 or 3 wars ago. It was a really big fight. It was like, gosh, I can't remember what it was. I didn't know how She-Hulk's ability worked, so that was on me. I completely didn't understand her. I haven't built She-Hulk. I don't plan on using She-Hulk anytime soon because I have a massive Namor, and I didn't read. If I spent 10 seconds just reading her passive, I wouldn't have brought in symbiotes. But I had the whole team under like every teammate on F4 was under 20% health out the gate from the symbiote barrage, and then some were like at 10 or 15% health, and then her passive triggered, cleansed everything, and somehow they like regen. I think her passive cleanses. I don't know how they regen, but they immediately regen too. And maybe that's part of her passive that I also just overlooked. But it was an absolute nightmare. I about cried, grown man, and I was definitely egg on my face. And it was just, I actually had to combat cancel. They kicked my ass so bad after that that it was a combat cancel because they regened all their health back up. So yeah, and it looked good on paper, like symbiotes, sure, punch across into She-Hulk, sure. And then that fifth kind of trigger over after you get hit with five attacks that land a debuff, or just five debuffs. I forgot exactly how it works. The mechanic, cleanse and then regen, and oh boy, it was a massacre. It was like being in the ring with Hulk Hogan and he pulls off some kind of special move. That's what that looks like when she flips everything. So it's a pretty cool mechanic. She looks pretty strong. Yeah, they're a pain. But it's cool that they gave her a place, and she definitely has a niche. But yeah, I think how I did it was I was to prevent the passive from triggering or stop by being stunned. I think I stunned Invisible Woman, and either way, I probably should have stunned her. But I think the passive might trigger even if she's stunned, but I don't know for sure. Good boy. How are you guys doing in or are you guys getting any better matchups, or is it still pretty dicey and just picking your battles? These pet photos. I'm a big animal lover. I love seeing these pet photos in the Tahiti server. What is Leilu's got? Her dog in some kind of blanket, poncho. I forget what they call those. The snugglies. What were those called? The onesie. That dog looks like a. He's very cozy. A little jealous. Ooh, can't win any of those. All right, so we're up to 8.0. Um, 301, 303. Okay, use that one. Same old, yeah. Um, it's a cool looking dogs. They look like hunting dogs. I just see the Yeti photo with his cat. That's pretty funny. Out of a sweatshirt. um, I'm wondering how much time we're going to be spending with Blitz Sim. I think it's going to be pretty tedious, more tedious than we all think. Still going in there and doing that. I actually don't blitz that much anymore, so like it's gonna. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna be blitzing. I don't know about a similar amount. Definitely not on the hard blitzes. It'll be less time. But on the like in DSA, I quit DSA last week, Disney Sorcerer Arena, because there was so much clicking involved in that game. It's just like, oh my god, I'm wearing out my mouse just clicking. Um, and so I'm wondering if it's going to be like super tedious and like unrewarding in the sense that you're just clicking like every 3 seconds. I'm grateful for Blitzum. It's going to be a huge improvement either way. But like just in general, how mine works, I don't like repetitive nonsense of where I'm just doing very be how it feels, or else it feels like you win, hooray, and then you're excited that it took you literally 2 seconds to. I'm wondering how much just redundant clicking this is going to be. And, I wish it was like a zip file. You could just load it. It does a full pass for you. I think how it's going to be, but I'm curious. The concern you have with Blitz is that it'll be easy, but we'll just have top to PvP instead. Yeah, that's what I call it Game Pass. But the Battle Pass is going to be classic PvP oriented, where it's roster size. So we'll see, like, camps is that. Like, it has to do with the map scene you're at. I'm going to figure this out. So, like, here, it looks good. You can't see it behind the 5 sign, but it looks good. Very curious about this. All right, 8.3. I want to test my special teams now. All right, Supernatural. So I want to see if I can get something good. Not Bo. It can't be Bo. All right, this one. So 576. It's not really equal though, like to War, because they start with defense up in War. And for whatever reason, I haven't figured this out why, but every time I've fought this in Blitz, my Loki gets to go first. And I actually want to see this fight where they go first and see if I get smashed. But at least power-wise, this is a pretty good spread, so maybe that balances out for some of the defense up not being there. So let's see if I get wrecked. You're a good boy. So my Loki is going first again. I think it should be a coin toss. I'll have to look to see if Ghost Rider speeds Supernaturals up, or maybe Scarlet Witch does. Because I've looked at a few of the passives, and no one's giving speed, but I haven't checked Scarlet Witch and Ghost Rider. So I'm going to go after their Loki. Not what I wanted, but whatever. Whatevs. Yeah, that's why, you know, it's weird, my strongest, she resisted, which is kind of cool. I actually want things to go bad because I want to see the worst they can get. But my Supernatural is, I have high red stars on them for whatever reason. Like, my highest red stars that I've drawn are freaking Supernatural. And I'm like, what the hell? I just keep on drawing, not 7 reds, but I had to buy Ghost Rider up to 5. But I got reasonably high red stars across the board. I got 5 on Elsa, 5 on... But I need to heal here too, so I gotta throw the heal. So definitely not punching up 150k into Asgardians with this team in War. It looks like it's just too much. Even if I win this fight in Blitz, it's gonna be too much. So I can stun. So she doesn't resist. He'll live for a punch, but if I throw the heal, she's gonna counter and kill him. So I'm gonna throw the stun and hope for blinds. Okay, so I landed that at least. There goes Heimdall. And I'm not getting the extra Gregs too, so this fight's just not going to play exactly the way it would in War. But just kind of testing the concept of if is this viable. I'll throw the heal block there. Boom. Yeah, so I think they would win in War at a punch across. And that's, like, would they have value in War with this if they can punch across into Asgardians and then free up your symbiotes for something else, whether it's the shielded human team or something like that. So if I can get this team to like punch up 50k into like a 550k Asgardians, I'd be pretty psyched. But this is not going to play exactly like, because there's going to be Gregs everywhere, and I'm going to be slowing myself down. But Supernatural speed, they heal when you kill Gregs. So that's the other thing. When I kill Greg, Mordo's going to heal himself. And one supernatural ally. So every time I'm just going to keep... I don't think his base is going to... Let me see if I can stun her so I can just do that repetitively. Yeah, so I stun her. And then kill the Greg, and then so Mordo's going to keep healing. So the idea is that I keep killing Greg, and then heal Scarlet Witch, Mordo, and Ghost Rider, and then use the other guys to, Loki and Hela to get through the fight. But I definitely think that that team can probably punch up 50k, but if they're going first, but I want to see them go second and see if the other Loki just smash his face. Yeah. So this is a hybrid, so it's definitely not full Supernatural. I'm not running the full Supernatural team. it's mainly only testing again because I'm adding Loki and Hela on offense. So I'm curious if the Loki Hela addition will help them attack. I probably won't use it into as Guardians. Raw was actually was saying try it into as Guardians because that Greg passive. I actually was using them to thinking about using this team to punch up into like the big boy wave ones because it seems like everyone loves Avengers and they're building them up pretty strong, like the 550, 600K. And I want to see if I can punch up a lot into those teams. Um, yeah, so anyways, my strongest one was I'll show you guys one second. Have to reorient here, but this was a weird one. But I don't think Pim is actually that great, so I don't think this is like a brag or anything like that. They're not a good team. Where's it at? Nope, nope, oh, wrong way. There it is. All right, so if you guys can see that, so I did this last war. This is versus one of the Kreese guys, like 160, no 180K punch up. But this was one of the other hybrid teams I was testing, and I don't know if Minerva's gonna be part of this team, but and I don't know. I feel like Pimtech's probably people are gonna move them off of defense and put them on offense. But I was surprised how easily they ran him over. And most of the work was Black Bolt, Zemo, and Yo-Yo. It, I didn't. Crystal's passive never kicked in, and I guess Minerva may have put a couple heals on people, but she really didn't do anything. And she's not tier 14, so I'm not sure how viable she is in this comp. But I was just testing to see if maybe Yo-Yo went down or Crystal went down, she could revive one of them and bring him back into a fight. And I wasn't planning on using this team specifically for Pim. I just thought they had one of the best chances of my roster for like a low value or mid value war team punching up that high into this thing. But I want to try this team versus something else next war and see how they can handle it. I don't think this team's not going to take a 500K Taskmaster Merc team. I don't think, unless the Taskmaster's pretty small. But I'm curious how much they can punch up into some of those mid-range war defenses, like a 600K Wave 1, maybe a 600K She-Hulk, F4 team, and see how they handle that. So that's kind of what I want to test on Friday. Cool. Let me go back. Boom. All right. And let me go back. And then Yellow Jacket, I'm not building Pim, so this for me, I'll probably just go for top 2 or 3. I don't think I'm going to go for top 1%. Yeah, I'm very curious how long Black Order is going to perform at the top of Arena after Doom arrives, and people start getting him in droves. So it'll be interesting to see what the lifespan on them is. Hey, buddy, you want some steak? Some steak? You guys been good boys and girls. You know, sweetie. Are you guys holding your big red star polls on for something coming up, whether it's X-Men or something after? I tried for a Ghost and I hit Stature instead, so I was kind of bummed about that. But I think I'm going to hold it. I haven't identified who I'm targeting yet. Maybe it's, I don't know. I guess I won't know until they announce how the new X-Men Legendary is going to be unlocked. If it's Pym Tech, I'm screwed. I'm royally screwed. I'll have to wait until like the third pass to finally get her or him. I'm assuming it's Rogue for whatever reason, but I don't know that at all. Completely wrong. Two Phoenixes. I don't want to play Phoenix. Even though Ebony counters her. I guess I could do fight Phoenix. Ebony counters Phoenix. I'm not sure what I'm thinking about. But Minerva. You could do the bow mirror, but I don't want to fight 100k up. I'd rather go into the Guardians version of Phoenix. Let's roll that one. Holding for next letter. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, hopefully it's somebody that's like in a damage kit. Because there is kind of a support character. I can't imagine. Who knows if it's Rogue or not, but if it is, say it is Rogue, she probably has hits like a brick house because that's kind of her thing. But I'd be curious if it's going to be another support or not. MSF loves making female legendaries and support legendaries. A lot of the legendaries, or very few of them, are like Black Bolt oriented. Trying to think of any other legendaries that really are just meant to be, they hit super hard and just completely are focused on DPS or damage, whatever you want to call it. I guess Iron Man is to a certain extent, and Star-Lord is to a certain extent, but I don't consider them really like legendaries anymore. So like, even though they have that tag, I guess like in context of my own question, I think they probably do. But I don't know. Fury's kind of a utility support, right? You thinking a Nightcrawler? You know, that would be awesome. I'm not the biggest Nightcrawler fan. I think I love Nightcrawler. The best rendition of Nightcrawler I've seen was actually that first, or was it X2, the second X-Men movie? They did a fantastic job on Nightcrawler, in my opinion. But so many people absolutely love Nightcrawler that I can't say that like he's my favorite character. I just think he's an awesome character, and I love playing with Nightcrawler whenever I can. But like, I'm like not like the biggest Nightcrawler fan. I don't like do. I'm not going to run in my room by myself when Nightcrawler comes to the game like Tana is. Like Tana is going to do a backflip in his chair. Like we're going to see Tana probably have a seizure when Nightcrawler arrives. He is absolutely going crazy for him. I think I heard not Raffle. Who was it? I'm forgetting. He's a Goofy Rex, Goofy RX. I forget exactly how to say his name, but Goofy. I saw something from him saying he absolutely loves Nightcrawler. I can't wait for him to come in the game too. So hopefully they give him a fun kit. I don't really, to be honest, I don't really care who comes to the game. I just want them to make all the characters fun, put out good artwork, make the kits like unique and enjoyable, and so that way whoever's playing them gets a kick out of it. So that's kind of my thing. I say that, but I don't want to see that cartoon pig come to the game. So no cartoon pigs, no Daffy Duck or whatever Casino wants. I forgot what duck he wants. He wants the duck from that was in the credits from the Guardians movie. I forgot what the duck's name is. But I don't want characters personally. I think MSF will probably stick to that because their art, like rendering and their style, isn't very mixed. Like everyone is kind of modeled the same way and has the same kind of like utility belts and like boots and all that stuff. So I'd have a hard time seeing them bring certain characters to the game just because their art style so far has been pretty uniform. Okay, wait, I'm sorry. No, I need to. Love you. don't think you have on. They're just waiting for me to give them food. My bud. There you go. Come on, anyway. Hold on. I'm excited about Taskmaster becoming farmable, though. I think that's a big deal. I was put in our Discord chat. It's kind of bittersweet, though, because so many people have a large head start on me already with the Taskmaster farming or just the Mercs team in general. That I'm definitely going to be behind the 8 ball and building them up. And I really don't want to build the full Merc team up, but he's such a monster, and there are going to be a lot of 550, 600K plus Merc teams on defense coming in the next couple months. So I'll have to figure that out. But definitely have to work on my Taskmaster counter list and get all the ideas out to what beats them. As these teams get bigger, more and more Black Order might be rotating that way because those 130K plus Taskmasters are no joke. Okay, there you go. Eat that. Sylvie. Sylvie. All right, you guys are doing good. Whoa, whoa. I have to say I was a little surprised. I haven't read the. Oh, are you up here for food? I haven't read the recent. I think I read the first graphic novel of Astonishing X-Men, but I didn't get past that. Not that it was bad. I just didn't keep pursuing it. But I didn't know Iceman had pants or clothes at all in the new stuff or new art. Doesn't surprise me, but like I was definitely expecting, like in my mind, I was expecting the Capcom version of Iceman, or just the older kind of look to him, where he no clothes and just kind of ice contours, more like Silver Surfer. So can I make that team? Sure. What you doing, bud? Are you waiting for food? Are you waiting for food? Yeah. Yeah. Tilting our head. He always tilts his head when he's trying to understand me. Like he's not sure what I'm saying, but so he'll tilt his head over to the side. I think a lot of dogs do that, but where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, you're getting very, yeah, you're getting very close now that I have food. Are you making it known that you're here for the food? Okay. Yeah. Hey, sir. Hey, sir. There you go. Puppies, do you play other mobile games or other PC games a lot, or are you pretty much solely MSF? Maybe there's some more. So yeah, it's improving. I've been thinking I haven't really gone to an MMO for a long time that I kind of sank my teeth into. It's been probably a couple of years, 2 or 3 years. I did a little bit of I forget the name of what it's called now. ESO. Did a little bit of that, but I I'm looking forward to like the next big MOBA, or not MOBA, MMO. Um, okay, you want some more? All right, there you go. There you go. But it seems like that genre is just having a tougher time. Weird gliding movement. Me or oh, I was feeding my dog. I'm not sure if that's what you're commenting about. You oh, you bought ESO recently? Just couldn't get into the FPS for an yeah. Um, weird. I see what you're saying now. Yeah, ESO. Yeah, there's. I think too, if it was like if I was playing with a group, it'd be better. But I tried it solo, and it was just so grindy. And the missions got so repetitive, like the questing system there. It wasn't a bad game, but yeah, I know what you're talking about regarding the graphics. It definitely had a similar take on it as well. Um, and I don't think I ever got near a max character or anywhere near the end game level. And I didn't have anyone power level on me, but a lot of the art and the character art was really good, like a lot better than World of Warcraft. Like your character look was um, way better, but the frames were a little weird on some fights, and then I thought the questing was very repetitive. And that's kind of similar to a lot of the MMOs, but very, very, very repetitive and kind of droned on. I probably need to kind of research more about the game though, and to try to get into some other group content, so I wasn't just stuck questing all the time. That's probably more on me. Um, and I heard that game was very mod related, and I never played it with mods, so I found it a little. I felt like almost like an open world, but it was like I didn't always know where to go or what to do to kind of really advance in the series. Just stuck doing quests, but with nothing else. There was I probably need to do more kind of homework for like to do PvP or other modes or other kind of group dungeons to do more of the social aspects of the game. A lot of my time playing it was pretty solo, and I probably spent too much time building up like 4 different types of characters up at the same time, rather than just picking one. And oh yeah, I saw like I forgot his name, Asmongold stream. Like he has the mods that he has. It's like a few years now. I can't remember. You know, remember the last time I played WoW, but yeah, I probably like WoW the most out of any of the MMOs. Um, but I like to play something now with a little bit better graphics to it. Um, the MMO look of how old it is, I have a hard time going back to. I'm not saying that's a bad game. It's hard to. I don't know. Even this MSF as a mobile game has better graphics than WoW does. At least when I'm playing it. But yeah, I'm not really thrilled to go back, so I haven't thought about it in a while. Wildstar? No, I never played it. What was Wildstar? See how weird, the MMO that I probably played the most of any MMO was RuneScape, which I'm not sure if RuneScape really qualifies as an MMO. Maybe it does. It's a little bit different of a game though. I used to like to just coming back from work and just hanging out and chilling, and it wasn't like tense or anything like that. It just play at your own pace and it's very relaxed. So that's kind of what I liked about that game. Oh, 740. I gotta check arena. It was a WoW clone, but in space. That sounds cool. Was it was it a video game or was it console? I'm sorry, not console, or was it PC? All right, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna chop up the rest of this and give it to my furry friends here, but I'll be right back. I gotta get out. Sorry about that, guys. I gotta get out of the habit of eating on stream. I know it's not professional for a streamer to be doing that. Not that I view myself as a professional streamer, but I'll try to get my meal out of the way before I hop on stream, so I'm not doing that consistently like I have been. All right. All right. Second arena, I forgot. Yeah, All-Star sounds pretty cool. I never played some of those games. I never played StarCraft, and I saw it on my little battle pass. I've been playing Hearthstone like a little card game or whatever you call it. See, like they're leaving me in first. So like that's what their new strategy with me, at least since like Thanksgiving week, is they don't really mess with me too much. Yesterday I was only attacked once the entire day, or else they don't even hit me at all, and then they just attack me at the very last. Somebody tries to lock me up, so they're trying not to trade with me to waste attacks, so they just leave me alone now. But I wonder if it's just like everyone's still on holiday break and they're not as active. But it's strange. Like normally, from a couple of weeks ago, I was struggling. I'd have to core just to break the top 20, and since I've been kind of in the top 10 lately, yeah, I just something's changed with their strategy. So I'm curious what that is. There's like a little bit of a group in my shard. Panther Hulk, Kid's normally up here, so Kid's in my alliance. He does better than I do in arena. But I think a few of these guys are together. Like I think LB Ace is with somebody else too. But there's a Panther Hulk group, not Odd Job, but Panther Hulk and a few other ones. I'm not sure where they are. Looks like they fell. Huh. Oh, Crazy Asian's one of them. Tenacious is in our shard. He's sometimes getting the top 10. I don't know if he's as active in there buying attacks every night. But it looks like a few of the guys dropped down. Endros is not normally top 10. So what the hell happened? There's a third person. There's Prebz. I think Prebz is buddy with the Pencil Hulk group. And I think they have their own little group, or Cabal, whatever you call it. It's cool, whatever. But they used to try to line up, and they'd go like one attack at a time, so they bumped me down from like 4th to 5th, and then from 5th to 6th. And then I think they realized, oh, hey, he's just attacking one time and getting all the ground again, so let's just, maybe they're not attacking me as much one by ones, because I think they were trying to like build a pecking order, but then we would just jump 4 spots with one attack. So I think they realized it was inefficient to try to do that. I don't know. It's, I'm not exactly sure. But it looks like I won't be able to make all my taxes again tonight. I'm not complaining about it, but yeah. But yeah, I'm also thinking about kind of covering different games because right now, they will be going this way. I think it's kind of weird. They have me cutting across and down. Global or Cosmic. There's really not a lot to cover in MSF. It's like, gosh, you have to kind of create your own content. So you do you either like an entertainer like OMG is, and OMG is very good at what he does for streaming content, where he's really just an entertainer. And then he covers some MSF stuff on the side. It's weird how much or how little there is to cover in the game as a streamer or as kind of a content creator. There's just not much going on in the game right now. I give kudos to OMG and Reminex and the others of creating so much content for viewers, because the game doesn't really make it that easy. There's just not a lot to cover and talk about. So they're pretty inventive in how they create entertainment for the folks in the community. So I definitely give them credit for doing that. But yeah, for me, since I don't spend as much time like thinking about it, it's not my full-time job. I would say rely a lot more on the content right now to kind of drive my my streams and those kind of things. And that's not really right now where the game's at. So kind of thinking about potentially covering other things as well. And I've already posted that. I kind of intend to be a little bit mixed. But I'm thinking about what else I might want to cover or have as topics for my stream. But I do love Marvel Strike Force. It's probably always remain my primary. But rather than cutting streams short and doing other things, being a mixed streamer might be the way that I have to go for the time being until I get other stuff set up to be more entertaining on that side of things. But yeah, so I'm just kind of thinking about options. But definitely not going to go back to RuneScape. I know they've upgraded the graphics, but RuneScape is pretty old. But yeah, definitely open to covering different things. Might do some more Among Us, but Among Us I notice is a lot more fun with a group. Entering randoms isn't really that engaging. Even if you have a mic and you're talking to your audience. I guess I could, but like they don't hear anything. Like, and part of the fun of like Among Us specifically is the chatter in between the rounds where other people are yelling at each other and that kind of stuff. You're lying. You're this. What? And if you're talking to your audience, but there's nothing else going on. There's no other interactions. It's not as engaging. All right, 12 minutes left. They're just letting me chill. Okay. Okay. They do Carnage. Yeah, I did Carnage. And yeah, I know a lot of guys are moving Ghost Rider over to Young Avengers on defense. And if I start failing attacks, I'll definitely look at reanalyze. But for now, I think it's making sense to bolster my offense to move Loki and Hela off of defense. And whether or not their ending spot is on Supernatural with a hybrid team is yet to be seen, but I think it's what I'm going to work on for the time being. And I need to get my Zemo bigger. I might need to buy red stars for him, to be honest. 4 red stars is not enough to really get the input out of him that I need. 50% damage to primary and secondary targets. Okay. I'm going to do that. I want to boost his damage a little bit here or there. And I just like Zemo. Not going to do that one. This one I might do later, but for the time being I'm going to hold off. But I want to get Zemo over 100k. And I think the next ISO just is 10% health, so I'm less concerned with that one. And yeah, I think I need to buy red stars for him. But I'm a long ways off. Where's the thing at? Is it here? Yeah, so where am I at? Nope, not there. It's the one with the stars. So 150. Okay, so I got basically, what was that? 3.5 months of farming until I can do one. It'll probably be Zemo that I do. That's a long time away from now, but I didn't buy that silver tokens offer, though I probably should have, but I held off. I'm going to hop in and start doing a little bit of PvP. It looks like I'm kind of stuck on Arena. They'll hit me at payout, or they'll either exit a fight like right here in 4 or 5 minutes. I don't think they will. There's no reason to beat me 4 minutes, so I think I'm just locked, so I won't be able to make another attack. Then there's no reason to take first place under 10 minutes of the cooldown before payout. So yeah, like the last 2 hours, no one's attacked me, or else they attacked me and lost from like a while back. And I wish you had a log, because I have no idea. Like, I have no idea if people are struggling with my defense, or else they're just not attacking me. It's not that big. I mean, it's good size, but it's not like unbeatable. Everyone else has similar Black Order sizes in my arena shard. Like, a few of them are 530 or under, but most of the top 20 guys have pretty similar Black Order. So I don't think my layout's that tricky. We're throwing them off. So I think participation is probably just not as strong lately in my arena shard. All right, sorry, jumping around. I'm gonna hop in PvP. And I'm gonna try to do some balanced PvP. And give me 1 second. I want to see who else is on. I want to see if Nietzsche, birthday boy from yesterday, is on, so I can PvP him. Dun, 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 dun. Kind of content that is kind of on demand that we can provide a lot of times, because Blitz isn't engaging at all. That's pretty much just something to do in the background. But and most people that are blitzing hard nowadays aren't even doing their um, full fights. Almost everyone that's really doing high scores is putting them on auto, and that's kind of like cheesing your audience. Hey, we're gonna watch this content, but it's played by the computer, not even by me. So it's just it's not the, it doesn't lend itself to be the best mode. RJ Irish, RJ Irish, okay. And it looks like Nietzsche has a night off. Looks like he's offline tonight. Probably recovering from his birthday. Oh, my pick. Taking Emma. Sorry. What else do I want to take? I'll take X23. And I'm so used to looking at Captain America on my icon. Sometimes I get thrown off by seeing it as a pick because I just start thinking I'm waiting on something. That's very rare that they take Captain America as a first pick. So he's going Avengers. Oh, honey, God, you're such a cutie. You're such a cutie. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'll let him have Coulson. He's not going to take Yo-Yo. So I'm not sure if he's going to Coulson. He's probably going to go wave one. So I don't think I'm taking something he's going to take there. He's probably wants to do Thor and Hawkeye. So if he's smart, he'll put something that isn't Thor here so I can ban it for him. And not ban his best pick. There he goes. And then I'm going to take Crystal. Where's Crystal at? Somewhere in the seas. Alright, I'll ban his Colossus so he can pick Thor. Hi. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of people that stream on the Nice now for sure. For Marvel Strike Force, there's like 7 or 8 people online streaming. I remember for long doing it because that's the best audience, which completely makes sense. All right, they banned my yo-yo. How dare you? Ban my yo-yo. Sure. And I can take a lot of things here. I'll take Drax just because I normally never do. I didn't know Coulson was going to go first here. I don't think I can target where he's going, but Black Widow has the highest damage. I wouldn't have guessed that. She's taunted. I guess no needs a special. I definitely thought X23 would have gone before Coulson, so it's interesting that he went first. And then, or Hawkeye went, used a special on Drax, probably before I loaded in or something. Or else I just missed it. Down goes Coulson. Hulk's on the taunt here a second. There he goes. Hawkeye's kind of low. Though with defense up, it kind of just makes sense to sit on it. So I will. And then my Drax should be able to taunt here again. And then Emma's going to clear all the buffs they have. She shouldn't have kept attacking Drax there once he had a taunt down because he cleared it with Captain America's special. And that's the fight. Hulk's going to taunt, but I shouldn't have any problem with him, especially now. Yeah, it's interesting on here on Twitch in general. Like, I still need to learn the tags. Like, I don't know how to post to different types of channels. Like, so far, I only know how to post to games or folks that are looking at games. But I know they do a lot of other stuff on here. Like, because I posted like building a desk and then doing some stuff with ski equipment. And I need to find like more of how to post to arts and crafts kind of viewers and not post to game viewers. Because I think I still posted my content to the Marvel Strike Force audience, and really what I want to do is post it to a different audience that, so I'm not kind of fooling people, and it's kind of up the right lane, so to speak. There's got to be a way to do that, but so far, probably need to watch a video. It hasn't really jumped out at me. I've typed in some keywords, but yeah, still learning about that. The tags are one thing, but the title, like it says, where do you want to post, like what community, and it'll only allow you to pick games. So there's got to be something I'm missing, whether it's like how I set up my channel to be for certain types of viewers or something. I got to go back and look through the options. Changing your stream settings. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I was wondering because like when I'm actually just creating my title, I don't think you can hear it. Oh, I'll show it to you. There it goes. It's probably gonna be pretty small, but like on here, you can only change the game. Like it won't allow me to like if I put like arts and crafts. It doesn't show up anything. It's just what types of games that have arts in the title. So it's not. I know it's not there. So I've been like, where do I actually get this? Maybe it's in the advanced settings. Category. Oh, the category right here. It's in advanced. Okay, that's where it was at. It's in advanced settings. Perfect. Okay, I figured it out. Thanks, puppies. I appreciate the tip. So yeah, I can pick one of these other categories and then probably get another subgroup of, instead of gaming, we'll say like what type of arts and crafts is it, or pets and animals. If I want to do like a video about my dogs. Perfect. I was struggling. I'm like, where the hell is this? This is like overly hard to find. All right, cool. I'll find it there. You're probably right. I can probably do it on my. I can probably do it on my specific Twitch channel as well directly. All right, let me flip this back. All right, awesome. See, learn something every night. It's a journey, man. Every night I learn something new, but it's cool. I'm definitely still very raw at this, so I'm happy to keep picking up something every day and get a little bit better. So thanks. Twitch dashboard. Yeah, it's a little weird because there's so many access points where you can find it. Like you can access the same places like all over the place. I'll show you guys. There we go. Like I download. Here's my Twitch dashboard here, and it's probably one of these options on the left hand side, like preferences or channel stream manager. Puppies, you know a lot about this stuff, right? Have you streamed in the past yourself, or are you currently streaming anywhere? I can send you a follow. Stream manager, edit stream info. Select force, English. So this is where I'm stuck, like the category. So Craftopia, like see it pulls up games. So like that's where I've been stuck, where I don't exactly know what to put in there. Cool. Yeah, if you ever start streaming again, let me know. I'll send you a follow. Same thing you were looking at, just in a different place. Yeah, like it's where it doesn't show that same option, like in OBS. Where's OBS? For the title and show advanced settings. It's under category, but there's no like back in here. There's no. Oh, there it is. So I found it. 1 second. Sorry. So I'll do music. Let me just type in music and see if that pops up. Oh, music. Okay. So you type in music and then it would do that. Got it. So it's not a bar. It's more of a search field. That's fine. That still works. I wonder if these are all of the options, or this is just a set of options. Okay, I'll type in education just to do one more test. Education. General non-builder. Okay. Yes. These look like things that people are doing rather than just an education-like category. This is like very sub. Like GeoGuessr is very specific, rather than just I'm gonna cast to education. Like it won't let me type in and use education. Like over here, it'll allow you to specifically select education and then probably a new. Let me just do that and see how this works. And then game. No. So category. Huh. Yeah, gaming. We'll leave it on gaming for now. Yeah, because like if I start posting like snowboard videos, I don't want them to be in gaming. Like none of you guys are gonna be interested in that. So or very few will. So it'd probably be better like I don't know. Do they have like a sports and yeah sports? So I'll probably post it like to sports and like a sub channel of sports and try to find some keywords that match up better. Um, Makers and crafting. Um, oh, got it. Yeah, I'm posting to both, but I don't. I haven't even made a single video specifically for YouTube. I've just done one stream, so no one's gonna find my stream over there, my live stream. So I gotta start posting some stuff on that side and shifting that direction. But yeah, I appreciate it. I definitely need to tinker around with this a lot more. Um, yeah. Okay. Gaming, public, close, cancel. Yeah, then there's this other one like Muxy, where it's like a dashboard. And like you can launch your feed directly from Muxy, and then see all your. It connects to Twitch too. So there's just so many different spots where I can like launch a feed from Muxy. I can launch a feed from. I think I can launch from Twitch when I go home. I can launch, or also you can launch from OBS. So it's and then I'm on Streamlabs OBS, but I was listening to another broadcast that was saying it's better for people with a little bit lower end, not like completely high end PCs, to run just the standard OBS, not the Streamlabs version, because the Streamlabs version, I guess, saps your computer. Kind of CP in a broadcast is a little bit not at its peak quality. Especially, and the Mac I'm running is, I don't know, 5 or 7 years old. It's not like a gaming PC by any means, and doesn't have the highest amount of RAM. So it might be better for me though. The quality's been a hell of a lot better. I still need to play around with the resolution though, so I can get rid of these graphics that I'm kind of running. Like when I get rid of, I'll show you guys. I should be doing this already, but if I remove the graphics, where's the last one? There it is. All right, and then flip the game back on. Cool. And it looks all right. Let me minimize this stuff. But yeah, he's asking if we got paid out. I didn't even check yet. Sorry, dude. All right, let me check for Kid. Third. One sec. Yeah, third. But yeah, so like it's not quite the best like a resolution match for the screen size that I'm projecting to you guys. Hey Breezy, hope you're having a good night, buddy. So like and then when I do transform group and I do, well, let me get rid of this so you guys see what I'm doing. Boom, there we go. And so I try to transform the screen. It might look a little weird. What you guys are seeing now because it's my screen. I'll put this up a little better. So what I'm doing is like stretch to fit and or fit to screen. So fit to screen is what it looks like now, where it's not a full match and kind of leaves a bar at the bottom. I think some streamers just like play in the middle and they black out the top and the bottom, so they do it that way, so it doesn't look stretched, but it shows you a full image. And I think they just put like a black backdrop in the background. That's always like the static. But I'd rather have full screen coverage rather than just showing you black. And the way to do it is to do stretch, and then it looks distorted. I think that doesn't look very good. So I've been running this like kind of that ribbon of images, which I don't know. I don't really think it's as professional or like the best look, but like when I run my ribbon here, it shows up. It's because I wanted to cover up the bar that's not shown. We switch back, so fit to screen, move that up, and then this bar down here that's kind of like empty. I was using the graphic to fill that up. And I think this isn't fixed since I've switched my orientation around a little bit. I'll have to resize these. Was I going smaller before? I might have been that big before. I might have made it bigger. But yeah, so I was using the ribbon to cover that. So I still need to play around with this stuff and figure out the best mix of what I want to do, whether it's individual images or fixing the resolution. And fixing the resolution is probably the next thing I need to do is get to the resolution to cast from OBS to be the best kind of screen size image. Because right now it's not a great match, but it's still good and the quality is good, which is what I care about. But I like to do a full screen and not be using a kind of a ribbon on the bottom of other things. Because it kind of blocks what you guys can see. Anyways, probably TMI. Sorry, guys. Let me get back to the game. Did you get third? If I was attacking third, he was attacking second in preps. Who took first was fourth. I don't follow kids sometimes. He's like talks in spaghetti. For rock's sake. And I got changed back to 13. Oh, poor guy. So 13 was hitting 10, was hitting me in 6, and I jumped to second but dropped down to 13th. Literally, this is what he said. Are you guys following this? Am I loud? Lewd? Loud? Kid's hilarious. I'm not sure. Sure it was streaming and chatting with viewers. Cool. All right, let's get back to the game. Yeah, so I got third, and they left me at first for the last 2.5 hours, so I got knocked down to third. I'll take a look to see who got first. Not that it really matters. First place was Preps. That's what I thought. Yeah, I hit Preps a couple times earlier in the day, so I think he just said, okay, screw it. I'm just going to leave him in first and then snipe him at the end. But that's cool. I don't mind third payout at all, so I'll take it. And I don't have to work hard for it. They just kind of hand it to me now, so that's fine. I'm not greedy. Done all those. And kind of feel like doing some Among Us, but I'll use my energy. Breezy, how's your night going, bud? Awesome. 60-second in arena? Or level 62? Yeah, from what I've heard, and going for DD2, perfect. Yeah, going into DD2 is the better plan than going into Dark Dimension 1 first. So if you don't have 6-star characters, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Just get gear tier 13 on your 5-star or 4-star characters and get Ultron, and then you can always go back and do DD1 later. I don't think I've tried a run in DD2 for a while. It's been a couple months since I went through those. Nice. Yeah, Emma helps a lot. Keep building her up. You'll get a lot of value out of her. And you won't regret investing in her. All right, done with Blitz. All right, they're done with everything for the night. I can hop back up to first, but I'll wait until they hit me again. I'll do a couple PvP matches, guys, and then I'm going to try the Classic because I'm not very good at Classic. And kind of get used to this. I don't know if I want to use Sinister and Strife and Emma. Definitely Emma. Who else do I want to use? Could you go for a full speed comp? But I think it's a little weak. I'll try this. I might switch it up and run just full debuff, but I'll try this to start. You like the new X-Men with Iceman and Kitty Pryde? Yeah, the Iceman's kit's looks like a utility support kind of control kit, which is kind of cool. It's a little different version of a yo-yo. And then Kitty Pryde, I still need to review the kit. I think I read it, and then I've already forgotten what she does. I did read it. I'm not sure why I'm saying that. Emma or Taskmaster? Emma or Taskmaster? That's a tough choice. Emma. Yeah, it looked like she was healing her team, and then giving people. She was giving herself stealth if she fell below 50 for 2 turns. And what else was she doing? She was giving defense up to the 2 lowest or 1 lowest health teammates on every turn. And then I forgot it was an offense down. What was she doing to the opponents? She was clearing she's clearing buffs from the opponents. Ooh, I'm getting smashed. Told you I'm not very good at Classic. Clear those debuffs. Go team, come on. Come back alert. Let's do Hella. And try to spread that ability block. Here we go. Keep working. Take your turn. Too slow. Let's try to, and then, so if we didn't have symbiotes, you want to, Legendary will be Nightcrawler. Yeah, that's what Puppies was saying as well. So it sounds like you guys are both in the know and are getting the same kind of rumors. Was he a strong T-Power? Oh, he's actually stronger than I was. It's funny because he had me wrecked earlier, and then I finished at full health. But that makes it look like I trounced him, but he almost killed me to start that fight. So JC definitely isn't watching my stream, but that was a much closer fight than it looked. Here's Sweet Power. All right, do a couple more of these until I get bored. Roll it. Oh, I'm sorry. I said I would look at the chat here. Let's pull it up. Inbox, red, Wakanda. Where's she at? X sneak peek. Go. A little typo there. Check out they didn't put a space. Stepping off the Blackbird for astonishing X-Men introduction this week is the elusive mutant Kitty Pryde. Let me throw up my ribbon again. 1 second. Because I have my images here. Boom, boom, boom. I'll have to fix them, I'm sure. Is that all of them? No, I'm missing one. Where's Iceman? No, yes. Nope. A little bit more. There we go. All right. Yeah, I read through this earlier. Lockheed the Dragon. He does an AoE ability. Let's see out. So the basic was doing traits for a hero, global mutant, protector. So she's a protector. Okay, that makes sense. So she's kind of like the tank of the team, apparently. X-Men and astonishing X-Men. It's kind of redundant how they're doing that. So I guess they're giving everybody like. I'm a little confused now. Like, that's a thing I'll look at after this. So, who's an X-Men and who's an astonishing X-Men? Does everyone? If you don't want to do a cookie cutter team, that is. So, basic attack parameter for 250% damage plus clear 2 positive effects. As strikers, so they get to clear more and more and more. Same thing with Proxima. So I think this is very similar to what Proxima does on her basic, except for she enemies that are not taunting. So it'll be really interesting to see what her speed is. Usually protectors are slower, so is she going to get, so if she can apply offense down for 2 turns on all characters that aren't taunting right away, especially the earlier the better, that's super strong for war. So even though they're built towards raids, that ability isn't just a raid ability. That's can be used everywhere. That's an arena ability. That's everywhere ability. Flip taunted. Too much stuff that I want to go back to and research, like video editing and those kind of things. So I need to go back and watch some of those. If any enemy had taunt, fill the speed bar by 30%. Tanks to to go faster. Mischievous Sprite starts full again, so you could pop this one, get extra speed if somebody has taunt, and then speed your way up to do her ult, or vice versa. So it's nice. She has like a kind of a fork there, so you can either disrupt opponents, in one matchup, or else you can apply the offense down and strip taunt, in other ones. So she has options as to how her kit's going to be used. If played on defense in war, it'll always throw the ult out first. If target is tech, apply disruptor for 2 turns instead. I wonder why she got that. She must have got that just because of her lore. Because I think they mentioned something in the blog or this about her being a tech kind of gadget kind of person, where she's does a lot of computer stuff. So that I imagine they tied her in for that to give her some kind of extra stuff relating to computers because they didn't block. So would be strong into PIM and those, spider version, that kind of stuff. Passive untouchable, gain 30% dodge chance. That's cool. Man, these characters, they always sound nice in our hands, and then played by the AI, it's like 7 health, gain stealth for 2. It's an interesting dynamic. She's not like a pure protector. She's doing a lot of like utility protection, but mostly passive. In raids on turn, apply defense up to the 2 most injured astonishing X-Men allies or self. On turn, she gets, because then, I'm sure you guys read the game yet. So, Astonishing is up top. Is it in the game yet? No, it's not. So we don't have an Astonishing X-Men tag. So just Uncanny? Oh, it's really, they're just calling it Uncanny. They're not calling it Uncanny X-Men. That's what it is. It's strange how they're doing that, because Uncanny doesn't mean X-Men. It just means that's a word as Uncanny. But I guess that's like half their team name. So Uncanny... This is what I'm a little thrown off about, because this is the full X-Men team. So like, what is the Uncanny team going to comprise of, and why is there an Uncanny team if all of